So before I start, do Renee, Asia, Ginger, and Derek, you guys got any words?
Yeah, I'll jump on just for a quick second. Like Asia said, this is predominantly Mike's show tonight, but
No,
um,
no.
you know, we said to you
I
all a
like
while ago that we had some. Is my audio pretty good, Mike, or is it choppy?
it's a little choppy, but I think we got you.
Okay, I might have to connect through my cell phone in a second, but I'm just going to be a brief second. Like we've been saying from the get-go, like our gifting community has been phenomenal. We've been doing some restructuring to make it even better, but I'll be transparent. I've never seen anyone retired that said, "Oh, I retired in a gifting community or Susu." So it's been great, like to get us some good money, and it's going to keep going. But what we have in store for you is really 30,000 foot level, talking about like generational wealth. So we have a special guest on, Michael, going further with our about our special guest, but we have something really that's really big, and we talk about, that whole woulda, coulda, shoulda. I wish I would have done this. And we're going to be having future Zooms, and I'm going to show you guys some woulda, coulda, shoulda proof of what we're going to be talking about today that I have from a few years ago. And when I found it, I'm not going to go into it now, but when I pulled up a screenshot, I saw an opportunity years ago I didn't know nothing about. So it's amazing how, like, if you are in the right circle of people, and if you have that right information, you can be sitting on a gold mine. And I was sitting on a gold mine, but I was missing one piece of information, and I didn't even know that I should have acted on it because I was just using what I had just to pay a bill at that time. So we're going to get into that later, just about, what you can do with this opportunity. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to
Hi.
Mike.
Do you do children's hair?
Yes, we do.
You do?
Mhm.
Great.
Mike,
Then
Mike, you might need
natural
to.
hair?
Hey, can
Natural hair.
everyone mute themselves? Or Mike, you might want to mute.
Yeah, I got it. So Asia, you have anything to add to that?
No, just to kind of, want to go along the lines of you and Derek. I think we're excited to present this new endeavor. I think it's, we'll definitely have something for everybody. And just, looking forward to hearing what Mike has to say, and then our guest of honor as well. But yeah, just excited that you guys were willing and able to join this call. Looks like we have about 57 people online. Mike, I don't know how many people are registered for it, but that's a good amount of people if we want to get started.
Yeah, no, I want to get started. Yeah, there's about 100, but they can trickle in as they come. But I just wanted to open the floor up if Renee or Ginger has anything to add before I go.
I don't.
All right. Is Renee still on here? Yes, she is.
I'm on here.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure he's on. All right, so I'm just jump out into it. So a lot of you guys I hear me talking about mindset a lot, and let me tell you guys something. And I had this conversation with the team leaders and a couple of other members the other day when we all jumped on a call. I am not the smartest person in the room. Let me explain that to you guys. I am not the smartest person in the room, and I never want to be the smartest person in the room. And I've learned that at a young age. I pretty much when I talk about mindset, you guys, like, it's really no difference between me and Jeff Benzo and all these other millionaires guys. Like, we're all human. We all got the same 24 hours in a day, right? So for like me, I've been on my own since I was 14. I don't have no big education, no degrees, nothing. Been on my own since I was 14. Unfortunately, my mother was murdered when I was 5 months old. My father was never around. Like, I literally was on my own at 14 in the streets. And it wasn't until, and I grew up in a gang infested neighborhood right before I met Derek and a few other guys that we call brothers to this day. And at 14, I knew I didn't want to grow up in that area. So again, it goes back to mindset. I knew at that age, I didn't want that life. So I literally ran the streets from 14 to about, I want to say 16 or 17 is when I met Derek and my other brothers. It's like 5 of us that we call brothers. Like I said, we still talk to today. We were just in Portland, a while ago, celebrating one of our brothers' 50th birthday. So we're still tight today. But when I met them, I met them through my sister, and the first time I hung out with them, they was all just talking about entrepreneur stuff. Like they wanted to start a clothing line. Like one was in the music industry, they had these big dreams. And I was like, oh, that's who I want to hang out with. So ever since then, my mindset has always been, big and just kind of like, I knew what I want, right? So from that point on, we had our little clothing line, doing stuff and just kind of getting our feet wet in entrepreneur areas. So then, hold on, let me meet somebody. So then, from that point on, I had my own graphic design company. And well, before that, let me just take another step back. Around 18 or 19, I actually had a regular job, and I worked at two of the biggest studios out here in LA, Universal and Sony, as a security guard. Now, when I tell you that was my only 2 jobs in my life. So in my adulthood life, never had a regular job. Always been an entrepreneur. But those are my only 2 jobs. And those 2 jobs, I really didn't like, but my biggest thing taken from that job was I was the security guard at both studios. And the one thing that bothered me was they made me park in the structure across the street, and I always had to walk onto the lot. Now, if anybody's ever been like on a studio lot, there's not that many parking spaces. Only like, your actors, your cast members, your directors, and your executives are allowed to go on lot. For some reason, that bothered me. And I was like, I want to park on the lot. And I was just, my mindset was like, I want to park on the lot. So even one day, it was a Saturday, I believe, or a Friday, it was payday, and I was off work. I drove up to the lot, and our office was like way in the back. So I was like, hey, can I drive through just to go get my check and I'm out? They wouldn't let me do that. And when I tell you that bothered me, that bothered me. Like, I was like, I'm going to get on this lot one day. Like, I'm going to drive on this lot. So from that moment on, years go by. Every time I drove by a studio, I would always in the back of my mind, again, mindset, I'm going to get on that lot. One way or another, I'm going to get on one of these lots. I'm going to literally drive. So having a graphic design company, and that's kind of my background, I was doing some work for a real big DJ out here, and he actually was a DJ on a TV show, and the executive producer saw my work and wanted to meet with me. So he ended up calling me out to his studio, and I ended up going to Paramount Studio at the time. And I thought this was my chance to drive on the lot. And when I tell you, like, it still bothered me. It bothered me. I thought because I had a meeting with an executive producer, I was going to be able to drive on the lot, and I was just going to be the man. They told me, nope, go across the street, park over there, and come back on. That bothered me. So again, mindset. I was like, I'm still going to get on this lot one way or another. Had the meeting with the guy. He ended up making me an offer. And again, everything I'm telling you guys right now, I just want you guys to follow me on this. It's all mindset. He offered me a position, not a position, but he said, hey, I want you to work with me, be my exclusive designer for all my shows. But here was the catch. He was like, but I can't pay you much. He was like, I can pay you right now and do a one-off with you and give you whatever fee you want, but then that'd be it. Or, you can kind of work with me and, we see how it goes. I took the deal and said, no, I'll work with you. Because in my mind, I was like, oh, that's my door to get onto this lot. Right. So I ended up doing that. And he was at the time creating this kid show. 2 months later, he called me up and he was like, hey, we got a deal at Discovery Kids. They picked up the show. But I got to move offices because we have to hire people and, so on and so on. We need bigger offices. He was like, meet me at Sunset Gower Studios. I want you to look at these offices with me. In my mind, I'm like, why is he calling me, asking me? to go look at office buildings with him. Like, but I was like, okay, yeah, like me, I'm always gonna say yeah to a situation and I figure it out later. So we get down there to the lot and, he, pointing out the offices, showing me all these rooms. And he was like, okay, that's going to be my room. He was like, that's Galila's room. That's going to be the storeroom for the merchandise. And he was like, that's going to be your office. And I looked and I was like, what? And he was like, yeah. He was like, that's your office. I want you to move your business here and work out of that office because I need you here every day with me. I was like, oh, word. I was like, wow, yes. I finally got on a lot, gave me a pass to drive onto the lot. Again, mindset, all those years driving by all these studios, it was just in my mind that I had to drive onto the lot, and I finally did. So even going forward from there, I was working on another show, and another mindset episode was this show was being filmed in Canada, and they told me I couldn't go. Well, again, that bothered me. Like, I don't like people telling me I can't do something when I'm like, well, I thought I was part of the team. They was like, yeah, but when you shoot in Canada, you got to hire, half of the Canadian people, and half of our people. So I went back to my office for like 2 days and I came up with this plan. And at the time I was the corporate art director for this show. So it wasn't no room for me to go to Canada for 3 months. So I went to my office, came up with this plan that I had no idea what I was doing, pitched it back to the executive producer and was like, hey, and this is when websites and all that was like really big at the time. I was like, hey, I can shoot like many behind the scene episodes, put it on the website, make it look flashy and blah, blah, blah. And he actually bought it. And I ended up going to Canada. Like, I made a way for myself because it was my mindset. I was like, there's no way y'all going to Canada shooting this show and I'm not going to be there. But here's the best part. Like, going to Canada and shooting that show wasn't even the best part for me. It was a month after we got back in LA. I was driving down Pico Boulevard over there by Motor, and Derek and Asia, you probably know the area where that Fox Studios is. And I was literally driving down the street with somebody, and I looked up, and like out here on these studios, they have these big, giant big boards of, coming shows and blah, blah, blah. And I saw our show coming, and I looked at it, and for like 10 seconds, it finally hit me that they actually put my work that I said, the whole campaign thing that I came up with was on that billboard. And that was my, like, wow. That was my like big moment. Like, wow, I can do whatever I want. Like, and that whole time I was in Canada, I didn't even know what I was doing, y'all. It was just mindset that I just came up with a plan and I figured it out, right? So I say all this because it really is your mindset and putting yourself in a situation that'll get you ahead, and just putting yourself in situations that's going to help you down the line. It may not happen today, like that whole parking lot thing. It took me 2 years, but I finally was able to drive onto that lot, whenever I want. I mean, I literally one day at midnight drove onto the lot just to say they opened the gate for me, and they did, like at midnight, because they knew I had an office on there. Like, that was just the greatest feeling. I said I was going to do that, and I did it. So it didn't take no big education. Like, I'm no different than nobody. I'm telling y'all, when I'm not the smartest person, I'm not the smartest person in the room. Like, I set my goals and my sights on something, and I make it happen. So with that, it really, and that's why I talk about mindset a lot. And I got a million stories like that. And it's crazy how things just play out. So even with Clay, so we have a gentleman named Clay Sampson on the phone, who we are partnering with, that has a company called Envy Solutions. And which is crazy is last night, and Clay's going to get a kick out of this one. I think I asked you, Clay, about a week ago, how long we known each other, right? And I came over, I couldn't remember until last night. And then I'm gonna share my screen for you guys, because I actually want to show you guys something. But Clay, are you still there?
I'm here, I'm listening.
Okay, yeah, so I'm about to blow your mind. Do you actually remember when we met?
It's been so long. I mean, we've had so much history. I don't remember the exact moment.
I'm gonna give y'all a live view of how mindset works.
Here we go.
No, No, hey, you're gonna get a kick out of this. So, nope. Wait a minute. I'm gonna show you guys something. Bear with me.
Mike, before you say anything,
Uh,
I already know it's a long time because I saw your old BMW just as you clicked through. So I'm excited for this.
this is
Now
crazy,
my
man.
mind's starting to think right now too.
Okay. Oops.
Oh wow, I saw some Vegas pictures.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to find this one picture. Oh, here, right here. You remember that house, Clay?
Yes, I do.
I met you for the first time at that house. It's going to be 10 years next month.
Wow. I remember
Right.
that picture was on your Facebook page for a long time. That was our
Yes.
Vegas house. Yep.
Yes. So that house, and this house, you guys, when I tell you this house was super dope, this Vegas house is super, super dope. But here's the crazy thing about this whole episode. Dana introduced me to you.
Mm-hmm.
We all was in Vegas, just hanging out, a bunch of us. This is us hanging out in Vegas, right?
Oh, yeah. Boy, the memories are coming back. Okay, there we go.
But trip this out. Okay, you see over here where it says, this is Dana post. I put all this stuff up last night because it really freaked me out, like tripped me out. Her post said over 30 plus of us should have seen the eyes popping and mouths open as we was walking through the casino. This is April 2011, right? Do you remember that night I met you, Clay? You didn't know none of us. All
No.
you knew was Dana.
Yep.
And you took us
Mm-hmm.
and just mobbed us through. I mean, when I tell you people was looking at us like they was looking for the celebrity in our group, and we were just average people. And Clay mobbed us through to the club, got us in. It was one of those clubs where it was like $100 a person. He got us all in for free. All those people right there are with my group, right? So when we went back to your house that night, right? Remember that picture?
Yes, I
That
did.
was later on that night. We had like an after party at your house. And the moment I went to this house, I said, and when you opened up your door, that whole wall right there opened up. Remember that?
Mhm.
Like his whole house of a wall just opened up. I looked at my wife, and that was my wife in the picture, my ex-wife. I looked at her and I said, "Oh, Clayton's my next best friend."
I remember this.
But-
Look at Vegas in the background. That picture. That's Vegas.
Yeah, you had a beautiful view.
Mhm.
So, but here's the trippy part. So Derek noticed my BMW. Look at the date. So that was April, June 2011. 2 months later, I was at your house. You know why I was at your house?
Mm-mm.
You don't remember?
Mm-mm.
Let me show you a picture. There you go. I know everybody looking like, what is Mike up to? I was at your house shooting a movie.
That's right. You guys asked me to use my house to shoot the movie. That's right.
And I just met you.
Yep.
And when I told you, when Dana told me what you did that night in Vegas, I was like, no, he really is gonna be my next best friend.
Wow.
I'm gonna follow this guy. It's bananas, right? But here's the trippy part. So that picture that Derek saw with my house, what does my post say? My post say, and this was June, right? My car looks so right for that house. Yes, that's my next list. Mindset, people. Think about this. June 2011, right? Mindset.
Wow.
Check this out. Well, no, don't say wow yet. What did I do 6 months later? October 5th, 2011, I bought my first house.
Wow.
Because Clay's house in Vegas and in LA inspired me. That's why I wrote that post, like, oh, that's on my list next. Mindset. 6 months later, I bought that house.
Wow.
I never told you that story.
No.
Never told you that story. But that's crazy, like how I was just going through all these memories last night. It really is mindset, people. I'm not the smartest person. I don't have a big education. I surround myself with, when I tell you it's all about your circle of people, it went from when I was 14, meeting with Derek and them, I changed my circle real fast at a young age. When I met Clay, all these years, and I'm saying like all these years in entertainment, that guy that offered me that first job, he's like a big brother mentor to me. And me and Derek was talking about this last night. He taught me a lot about work and how to keep a job and, you know, my work ethics and all that. But one thing he never did teach me was my finances, on how to make my money make money. Clayton been talking about that for years. And it wasn't until I think January you text me and you told me about one of these opportunities that we're gonna talk about, right? And I didn't listen to you, right? I didn't really listen to you. It wasn't until you sent me this text, February 16th. I documented, hey, Clay's a document these conversation all day guy, right? Clay said, took me 39 days to make 72,000. Right? That's my last, and you guys can quote me on this. That is my last I should have conversation. I should have, could have, would have come. That's my last one. I'm tired of having those conversations. That's my last kind. That's why I'm documenting it. That's my last, dang, I wish I would have conversation. That's the last one. So anyways, before we get into, you know, our new whole mindset thing, I want Clay to kind of, you know, introduce himself, and, you know, he's a mentor of mine, and kind of explain what Envy Solution is, why you do what you do, Clay, because you're retired, you're in a position where you can live and not do anything for the rest of your life. But why is it that you still are here trying to help people?
Well, thanks for the introduction, Mike. I mean, actually, wow, you have me all kind of emotional right now, because all that stuff just brought back so much memories from the past. And it's so interesting because I'm such an autopilot in how I live my life and how the Queen and I live our life. It's so funny. I'll touch on a few things about those photos, but number one, I need you to send those to me, okay? I really do, because I don't have those pictures. I really So let me give you guys a small little background on myself. I'm from a small island called Trinidad and Tobago. I'm born and raised there. I came here when I was about 13. My dad migrated our whole family here because this is the land of opportunity. We had a great life there, but the country was kind of changing governments, and it was kind of tough. And when I look at the opportunity that people have in the United States, it's just absolutely phenomenal. The opportunity that people have in the United States. It's just beyond what most people understand, because this is the land of opportunity, and what a great place to live and be whatever you want to be in this country. So that's why I'm here. I love it. It's changed my life forever. But my purpose now in life is I've always wanted to give back. If you look over my right shoulder in the back of my office, there's a sign there that says 1 million people earning $500 a month and thousands becoming millionaires. And I've been preaching that for about 10 years. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't, you know, I don't have a Series 6, Series 7 license. All I basically do is I go through a documentation of my life. And I've been documenting my life since 2002. And I was in corporate America, same deal, just like everyone else, trying to pay my bills, trying to have a family, trying to keep, you know, a roof over my head, trying to, you know, roof, shelter, stuff that we need. And I worked for corporate America for a long time. And I love Mike's story when he was talking about the things that motivated him and about mindset. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't heard anything that he said today, that mindset conversation, I mean, that's everything. And when I say that's everything, because I remember coming from this small country, and I first saw racism. And we don't have racism in Trinidad. We have socialism, where it's about how much money you have. Either you're rich or you're poor. There's no middle class. So either you got it or you don't. But for someone to judge you by the color of your skin, I didn't understand. And coming here at age 13, I went to a predominantly Black high school first. When we first got here, my dad was trying to migrate all the money over. And then, so everything was cool. I mean, people looked like me. Life was good. It was great. I didn't understand. Then we moved to a place called Upland, California. And I was one of 7 Blacks in the high school. And I finally figured out what racism was all about. And it absolutely spun me. And it's interesting that Mike talks about that story about, you know, him wanting to get in a lot. And to me, everybody made me feel like I was different. So his story was trying to get in a lot. My story was, I want to prove I can do anything you can do, but I want to do it better. But I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'm not the most charismatic person in the world. But what that taught me was worth ethic that is beyond most. I am an absolute workaholic. Like my last company I started about 3 years ago. It took me 29 days to build a 7-figure company. 29 days. I built it around Christmas time, and it generated just under 100 grand the first day we opened. I stayed up. I think my record was like 5 days straight without any sleep at all. I'm an absolute workaholic. But what I do is I surround myself with people that that can enrich my life. I surround myself with people that take me to the next level. I've been fortunate enough to be mentored by 2 billionaires. Tony Hsieh, may God rest his soul. He just died in November. Big loss to my family, big loss to me personally. I mean, love that guy, and tragic death. And Hubert Humphrey, which you probably see some of the. Mike, I'm not sure if you can grab the mute. Okay, you can see some of the accolades in the wall, and the accolades in the wall I have is for helping people. Mike, can you mute them out?
Yep.
Thanks. So you see some of the accolades I have in the wall, and that's just basically for helping people. So my situation is real simple, and it's so funny that Mike tells the story. Yeah, I did know Dana, and I met Dana through another friend of mine, and I do remember when we walked through that club, and we're about 30 people deep, and I've never seen those posts on Facebook. That's real interesting. Now I got to go find those because it's interesting. And these were.
Oh, it's more I can't show.
Yeah, you got to send me these pictures. But what's interesting about it is I remember, Victor, we call him Blue. He asked me that night. I just met him also, and I was in Vegas. He said, hey, you're at the Vegas house or whatever. He says, well, I have some friends of mine coming through, and I'm like, how many people are coming through? He says, like 30. I'm like, 30. So, and it's so funny, but I love giving back to people. I really do. I know a lot of people say that, but I didn't know you were going to tell that story tonight. And I remember Dana, I mean, I didn't know her very long also. She asked me if she could use my house to shoot a movie. Okay, use my house. I don't care. She didn't pay me. I didn't ask for anything. It's just friendship. And sometimes, we all try to be like crabs in a barrel, pulling everybody down, and all the cliches that we hear about. My cliche is very simple. I will give you the shirt off my back. I just want you to grow. I just want you to win. And that's what everything that I do is about winning. I want everybody to win. And when Mike talks about mindset, I do something called a wisdom walk. Every 2 or 3 days, I'll walk around the neighborhood and I talk. I think I'm up to episode number 27. I started in 2021 because I wanted to take people to another level in life, and all the things I've learned in my life, and just experiences I've had. I don't really have a specific agenda on everything. I just talk about things that you may want to do. They run anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes long. I've done 27 of them. Last weekend I was out and about, and I did it in another city. Next month I'll be doing them from Dubai. And I just want people to think. I just want you to think. I want the stories that I'm so excited about that story Mike told today. I never knew that about him. I never knew about the lot and getting on there, but those are the things that's important. And as we grow as individuals, and as we form a group, and what I've basically done with MB Solutions is we're not an investment group. We're just like a club. We're like a book club. We're just a club of people that understand where we're trying to grow, and I just help people. And now we're in a situation, I have 10 financial opportunities for anyone that wants to use them. I personally do 8 of them. I don't do the mortgage notes yet, or the Amazon stores, but I have all the other 8. Most of them are passive. We only have 1 that's active, meaning that you have to actually bring in a team of people in order to see some benefits. But most of them are active. Most of them are passive. And you can make anywhere from 1% a day to, I have some opportunities that you can make 300% a day. In fact, you can make 300% in an hour. And that's the opportunity Mike was talking about when I turn a certain amount into a certain amount. So what I did is in 2021, early 2020, I went on and I tried to explain to everybody about how stocks work. And I'm not a stock pro, but I'm just a very logical person. And in March, a year ago this month, I saw everything tanking because of coronavirus. So it doesn't take a rocket science to figure this out. American Airlines dropped 400%. Disney dropped 400%. All these stocks just dropped like crazy. So I went on and I started a little group called the Clay Code, Let's Talk Stocks. Now, again, I'm not a stockbroker, and I told everybody, look, I'm going to document what I do. If you guys want to follow me, follow me. If you don't, you don't. I don't charge anything. I'll never charge anybody anything. I'm not into personal gain. I'm doing this because I want to live a purpose-driven life. Now, some people may not like my methods because I am not political. I say how I feel. You never have to wonder what's in my mind. I tell it straight, and some people think I come off a little bit tough sometimes, and maybe I do. I don't know, but I just want everybody to win. I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not gonna call you out of your name, but I'm gonna tell you like it is. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. So I'm not a sugarcoat type of person. So if anybody wants to be cuddled and hugged and whatever, you may want to do that with your spouse, because I ain't your spouse. Because I want to tell you like it is. And if you want to follow it, great. If you don't, that's also great also. So I started the stock group and I told everybody, look, the stocks are down, they're all going to come back up. Give it 6 months to a year. By the time Corona is over, everything's going to be back to where it was. So if you have any type of money, I suggest you buy American Airlines, buy Delta Airlines, buy Carnival Cruise Line, buy all the ones that's 400% down. And I did the video on it. In fact, I did a video on May 3rd. I showed everybody, every stock I was going to buy. Well, a year later, everybody's up 400%. So I went, okay, that was a good run. Now, what do I do next? Because I can't tell you the same run because we don't have that same opportunity, because opportunities only come around so often and you have to jump through them when they come around. So fortunately, at the end of December, one of my mentors, he started this investment group back in May of 2020, right around when I was doing my stock thing. And I'm like, I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready into crypto yet. I have my companies I'm going to do. I'm semi-retired, but I have companies that run and I make decent money in those companies. So I saw what he was doing. And the thing that hit me is on the 2 days after Christmas, he picked up his second Lambo. So in fact, he always called me, he says, I only got 2, Clayton. I know you bought 4, but I got 2. And I'm like, well, I don't have my 4 anymore because I'm not into Lambos anymore. I may buy another one day or whatever. Anyway, long story short is he picked up one for his wife and one for himself. So I called him and said, is your investment really working that well? He goes, yeah, I'm going to show you. So December 30th, 2020, which is just 3 months ago, I said, okay, send me what you got. I'm in, just like kind of what Mike said, what he did with me. So I jumped in. So my thought was, and this is why you guys are on the call, I said, I want to prove to everybody that I can fully retire in 30 days. And I'm going to start off with $800. Now, that sounds like a that sounds like a conversation most people don't get. In fact, Mike, I don't know why, for some reason, I can't see my screen anymore on who's on there. I don't know why it disappeared, but I need to kind of ask someone a question. If someone will volunteer, if anybody would just say, I volunteer, someone that hasn't heard me ask this question before, someone that's never met me before, I do have to ask you a question before I finish up. I'm only going to be about 3 more minutes, then we'll be done. Anyone can volunteer? Anybody?
Don't be
That's
shy.
Sabrina. She said she'll volunteer.
Okay, so I have a question. Who is it, Sabrina?
Oh, she's on text. That's why she's on the chat. She's in the chat. She's
Oh,
texting. Yes, in the chat.
So then someone will have to read it because I can't see the text for some reason. It's missing on my screen. So here's a question I have for you. I have a briefcase, and in my briefcase, I have $1 million cash, and I'm willing to give it to you, but you have to do one thing. You got to jump out of an airplane without a parachute. Would you do it?
Ooh. No, sir.
You would not. Well, unfortunately, you just lost $1 million because I never said the airplane was in the air.
Oh, shoot. See, okay.
In fact, let's talk about that a little bit. If we took an
Give me another one.
if we took an inventory of all airplanes, where are most of them?
On the ground.
So what do most people do? Jump to conclusions.
Boredom.
No, well, people jump to conclusions. And when they jump to conclusions, what do? They lose things like $1 million or an opportunity or best situation. And ladies and gentlemen, what Mike was talking about today with that mindset, this is what happens to our people. This is what happens to everybody in the United States or around the world. Someone's going to hear Mike and I speak today, and you're going to go tell someone about this tonight. And they're going to jump to conclusion. Oh, that sounds like a scam. Oh, that sounds like this. Oh, that sounds like that. And that's their conclusion. That's their thought process, but it doesn't make it reality. Every time I tell anyone about something to do with affiliate marketing or multi-level marketing or network marketing, the first thing comes to mind is, oh, that's a pyramid. Okay, if you say so, maybe the reason you're thinking it's a pyramid because you go to a pyramid every single day. Maybe that's why you said that. Because if I took an inventory of all the jobs in the world right now, they're all pyramids because they got an owner. It's got a general manager underneath them. They got managers underneath that manager. They got supervisors all the way down to employees. Looks like a pyramid to me. But people want to jump to conclusions because they don't understand. So when Mike talks about mindset, so one of the things I've decided to do is as we go through this venture, I said, I want to show people that I can take $800. and turn it into retirement income. And like Derek mentioned, we're not talking about how much money we're going to make now. I'm talking about legacy money. I'm talking about 7, 8, 9 figures. I'm talking about you leaving something for your family, for your children, for your children's children, and their children. Because I think cryptocurrency is the perfect opportunity for you to leave generational wealth. And I'm not talking about a little bit of money. Like, for example, Shaq is rich. LeBron James is rich. Jeannie Buss is wealthy. Big difference. There's a difference between rich and wealth. She owned the Lakers. She wealthy. LeBron James is rich. He ain't wealthy. So I'm looking at putting people in a position, and the fastest way to get that is into a decentralized system that most people don't understand because it's not mainstream yet. It's almost like getting involved with Amazon before the stock prices are where it was right now. When Jeff Bezos was trying this deal and everybody was laughing at him when he was in his garage saying he's going to sell books. Well, he went from selling books to dominating the world. Now he makes $316 million a day. $316 million a day. That's what he makes. So my job is to try to make $317 million a day. Your job is to try to make $318 million a day. And we should not stop till we get there. But we're not going to go out and kill ourselves to do that because I'm going to show you systems that we're going to use in place that will follow and will get you there. And it's all about systems. That's all it is. So Mike has the full gamut of what we're doing. It's all on my Facebook page. It's all in our Facebook group. I've documented everything. I showed where I took $800 and turned it to $1,733 a day in a matter of 30 days. I wanted to prove that I can do that with our opportunities. And we even have as many opportunities as we have today. And that was 2.5 months ago. I mean, I took 0.0019 Bitcoin and turned it into almost 2 Bitcoin in a matter of 2.5 months. That's $100 to roughly the high of Bitcoin will have been $125,000 in 2.5 months. That is impossible if you tell anybody. That's that airplane story I just told. Nobody will believe it until they see it. But what I've done is I've documented it. And if you're on my Facebook page or you go to our Vimeo page, you see me documenting everything. I show my withdrawals. I show my deposits. I show everything is transparent. So I'm really, really excited for Mike and Asia and Derek and all the team members that's on this to bring you guys to. And I see there's several of you on the call. I mean, Mike really touched me when he showed me that, yeah, it was $100 a night to get into that club. And I had the juice to get everybody in and do the type of things I did. And I didn't ask anybody for anything. I didn't want anything in return. Then we went to my house. We had a great time. I didn't ask anybody for anything in return because one of my mentors a long time ago taught me this. He says, Clay, if you have the ability to share things with people that they will not normally have, you can inspire them to change their lives without even knowing that you're inspiring them to do that, because they may never be in that situation again. They may never be able to walk into a club that the line is throughout the casino and we just walk in like we own the place, or go to a multi-million-dollar home and look at the views and or drive in a 125,000 mile an hour boat or whatever. So I always share those things and I never ask for anything in return. I don't want any, the only thing I want in return is, and you'll probably see this in my video as you go through our Facebook page, and then I'm going to close with this last statement, is I do have a fee, and my fee is very simple. If you follow me and you follow what Mike and Derek and everybody's doing, we're all going to win. There's no two way. First of all, you're not paying me anything for me to show you what I'm doing. I'm doing the same thing I'm asking you to do, and we're all going to win. In fact, some of you will probably do it better than me, and you'll win more than I do. And I sure hope you do, because I'll be your biggest cheerleader. But here's my fee for showing you this. At some point, once or twice a year, I will pop in our Facebook page and I'll ask you to do me a favor. And here's the favor. I'll ask you to go to the bank, pull out $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $100,000. All depends on, look, you get in where you fit it. All depends on how much you've made. And you're going to take that, and you're going to turn it into $100 bills. And you're going to walk to a Walmart, Target, Kroger's, Ralph's, wherever part of the world you are. And you're going to walk around, you're going to look for families, preferably moms with kids. Unfortunately, your divorce rate is pretty heavy in this world. And you're going to hand them a $100 bill. I don't want you to tell them your name. I don't want to tell them anything about who you're from or the family or the fam or envy or whatever. You're just going to bless them with $100. You're going to turn around, you're going to walk away. It should take you 5 seconds. The only thing I ask you to do is to document it, because I want to put that on our Facebook page, because there are some people that are going to think the airplane is in the air and they're not going to jump and they're not going to follow what we want them to do. So for those people, we're going to meet them at Walmart. For the other people that want to follow us, they'll be the ones giving at Walmart. So this way it's a full circle and I cover everybody, and that's my fee. And if you don't do that, then you're out the group, because we want to give back. And you may only be able to give away $1,000 because you only made 10 grand or 20 grand or 30 grand with our system. I don't know what you're going to make. It all depends on how much of a student you are, how much you follow the system, but I have everything. I mean, someone can get off this call right now. Mike can give you the information of our Facebook group, give you our promo page, and you can go watch everything. You can do a marathon tonight. Instead of doing a marathon watching Snowflake or whatever you want to watch on TV, you should do a marathon watching what Mike's going to tell you to watch. You do that marathon and change your life forever. And that's what it's all about for me. So Mike, thank you for having me so much. I mean, it looks like you have some wonderful people on here, and I look forward to meeting everybody. Oh, and in closing, my queen and I are going to Dubai in about 2 weeks, and we're going to go check out Dubai. And we want to take the whole team to Dubai at the end of this year. And I want you guys making stupid money by then, so we can all stay at the Burj. The Burj will run you anywhere from $2,500 a night to about $25,000 a night. So it all depends on how much investments you jump into, because we're going to walk in there like we own the place. And we're going to be our little crew. And just like, and it's so funny, Mike showed that. Like, we walked in Vegas 10 years ago and we acted like we owned the place. We're going to do the same thing in Dubai. So I hope you guys follow. I hope you follow the leadership of Mike and Derek and Asia and everybody at that team, because I think they're wonderful people. And I feel so close to them because they're basically doing what I've always wanted to do. I'm bringing this group of people, really touches my heart. And I want to thank you guys so much for doing that for me and touching me and giving me a purpose to continue doing what I do every day. That's all I got.
Get that. So real quick, because I see everybody in the chat asking for this Facebook page. So hold on tight, because we're actually releasing our website right after the call, and from there you guys can connect to his Facebook page, because it is a private group. And I do want to say this, so we're the fam, right? So Clay has his group, Envy Solutions, but his mentor that he follows Rabu. So Clay does what Rabu doing, I'm doing what Clay doing, and it's like we're all one big family. So we all kind of like on one big Facebook page. So I will give you guys that information. It is going to be on our website, thefammindset.com. I will be releasing it right after this call, and you guys can see it. But just to continue to talk about what he was just talking about, it is mindset, you guys. Like I said, I'm not the smartest person. I just surround myself with good people that want to help people. And, you know, it's just common sense. Like, I don't have a big degree, you guys. Like, when I tell you I don't have a big education, think about what I'm saying. I've been almost since I was 14. And I don't brag a lot about all my stuff. So when Clay said he's never heard these stories, I grew up with Derek, known Derek for about 30 years. Derek hasn't heard a lot of these stories. I just don't say a lot. I just put my head down. I know my vision and I go after it. I don't brag. I don't do a lot of stuff, you know. And so for me, it's just really mindset. Like, I'm that guy that I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to be up at 2, 3, 5 in the morning figuring it out. Like, that's just me. And that's how I was able to survive all these years without having a job. And, you know, a lot of my friends will look at me and they say, oh, Mike, you know, because I stress out a lot. A lot of people know that about me. But that's because it's a personal thing with myself, because I don't like to lose. So like, even like last week when, you know, our boards came up short, like on our leadership call, you know, Asia and Renee know me not Renee, but Ginger know me very well. And they were like, Mike, what's wrong? Tell something's wrong. And it's like, I wasn't mad. I just don't like to lose. So in my mind, I'm quiet because my mind is working now. Like, okay, how can I fix this? How can we win next week? Like that's why I get quiet a lot. But for me, I just don't like to lose, you guys. I just really don't. I can't stress that enough. I hate to lose. I get real quiet when I like to lose, but that's just my mind working, and I'm quiet and I'm just working and grinding. But I'm gonna show you guys the website and some of these opportunities. Like I said, so Clay mentioned he has like, which is a 10, you have 10 phases right now.
But yeah, well, the what MV Solutions embrace is 3 sections. We have 2 mindset training sections, which cost nothing. One's called The Good Life, and then one's called Wisdom Walk. So those are 2 things that we do. And then we have 3 income opportunities for anybody that needs to make income. So Mike, you can decide that if that's where you guys want to go. So that's 5. And then we have 10 actual investment opportunities. So we have 15 things that we do. We can cover everybody, like everybody. Even if you don't have a dime, you can go to our mindset training. And then I'll teach you how to start making some money. And if you want to invest, we have investment starts as low as $10.
Right. So what we're going to start off with, and mind you guys, now I just want to touch on this real quick, because Renee put a post in our group the other day that really hit home and really made a lot of sense. And I did a video right before she did that. This, like Derek said in the beginning, no one's ever said, "Hey, I retired from a Susu group," right? Like, it's not going to happen. It's just it's a hustle. And as much as I believe in the Susu group, especially the traditional Susu groups, this new way of Susu groups, I don't know who came up with it. It's a great like thing, and I do believe it can work. However, if you guys been watching my videos lately, the one ingredient that they're missing is that commitment. Now, you guys, when I talk about mindset, like when I think about stuff, I literally take a step back and look at things from a big aerial view. So if you guys look at all these groups that keep starting up, every other week somebody want to do a Susu group, and it takes away from our group, takes away from everybody. It hurts the whole community, period, right? So when you do that and you don't have the commitment, it's like Renee said, like we really have to do better as a community. And like what us leaders said in the beginning when we started this group, I'm sorry, somebody's on mute. When we started this group, hold on.
Attention bill shoppers, the time is now 7:30 and your bill department store will be closing at 8 p.m. We ask you make your final installations and take them to the nearest register where we'll be happy to check you out. As always, thank you for shopping your Natchez Bill. Let me tell you.
All right, sorry about that, guys. So, like I was saying, when like Renee was saying, we gotta do better as a community. We have to come together as a community, and that just got me thinking. And I have been talking to Clay over the last week or even month. Even like when we first started this group, my mindset has always been we're gonna be different. And I think I've said that. I just didn't kind of give out a lot of information, but I kind of said that, like, we're gonna be different. And I always knew that I was gonna take this group somewhere. But it wasn't until Clay reached back out to me and I was like, you know what, it's time to merge our groups because his system works. I've been in the system for, oh wait, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You know what? I saw Clay talking and I was like, can y'all not hear me? I thought he was saying something to me. Okay, anyway, so his system works. I've been in the system for about 2 weeks. I'm gonna show you guys, a few things. If you got, I'm sharing my screen right now. So like Clay said, he has the mindset training, he has the wisdom walking, he has a thing called the Good Life, where, he has a 21-day video. 21 videos, Clay? Is it 21 videos or
Yeah,
14?
so what it is, it's the Good Life is a system where it's a lifelong commitment. So what I ask you to, it takes 21 days to form a habit. So every morning before you wake up, and by the way, this is free. I've recorded it. I recorded this like 3 years ago. So every morning you wake up, you watch a 5 to 10 minute video. It starts your day. I'm telling you, if you don't understand how important this is to you, what Mike said about mindset is everything. It starts your day. So before you wake up, before you get out of bed, you need to click on one of these videos. It's 21 videos. So every day you watch one. When you hit day number 21, the videos are over. So you need to start over back at the video number 1, which is day number 22. And the reason why I would like you to do that is when you watch video number 1, you will notice it means something different because 21 days later, your mindset's changed. I have people on day number 700. That's how important this is. And there are 14 weeks of training that goes along with it that helps you do things like one of the things I teach people to do, which is really interesting. My electric bill in my house was about $900 a month for years. I now have it down to $75 a month and I have no solar. I'll teach you how to do that. And it costs you nothing. I would just tell you the little tricks of the trade. The most expensive my electric bill is in the summertime is about $120, and it used to be $900 a month. So those are the little things that I do that I just want to give back to community to help you. But Mike, you know what? I never really knew about Susu. Is there any way I can share my screen? I want to show everyone something just for a couple of minutes, and then I swear I'll be quiet because I'm so passionate about wanting them to see this, but I do want them to see this.
Yeah, I can make you the host.
Let me just share this really, really quickly. And this is, I know you guys did Susu. I never knew what Susu was. I've heard of stuff like that before, but I've never got involved because I'm more of a system type person where if it has to have a full-fledged system to it. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the updated version of your Susu that you do. And I'm gonna show you how it works very simply. I've earned 1.89 Bitcoin in this so-called Susu that you guys do, okay? I started with 0.0019 Bitcoin right here. There's 8 levels of it. So it's 8 companies within one. So this is one level, it's called Econ. This is level 2, this is called Feeder, 0.0056 Bitcoin. This is about $100. This is about $300. And it goes to $900, $2,700, like $8,000, probably 24 grand, then goes to about 56 grand, and then goes to about 200 grand. You get in where you fit in. So I'm involved in the first 6 groups. Every time I cycle, I triple my money without doing anything. I'm at the point right now, I cycle and I don't even know I'm cycling anymore. So I'm paid thousands of dollars for doing nothing. Like thousands. I don't need, I hope you guys understand. I'm about to cycle right now, and this cycled yesterday. This one here just cycled this morning. These 2 just cycled, so now they're starting over again. I don't have to put any money in, it just cycles. So let me show you how this cycles and how I make money. And this is just one of 10 things that I do. So this cycled yesterday on the 24th for 1.067 Bitcoin. So let me show you how much money that is today. Bitcoin's dropped a little bit, but it doesn't matter how much Bitcoin is because I'll teach you guys that. That's $800, almost $900. So I made $900 yesterday on that cycle. This cycled on the 21st, 0.05. Let's see how much that was. That was probably about 3,000. Let's see. About $2,600. Easy, okay? And the cycles continue. Another cycle on the 16th, cycle on the 13th, cycle on the 13th. I have pages upon pages of cycling. And this is just people, nobody's paying a sign-up fee. Nobody's paying a monthly fee. All we're doing is buying Bitcoin and taking care of our families. That's it. It just keeps cycling and cycling. So there's some of you right now can get on this program. If you have a wallet, and Mike will show you how to do that, you can cycle in an hour and make 300% of your money. I don't care if you put in $100 or $200,000. If you put in $200,000 and you have players that can play in a $200,000 arena, you just made yourself about 700 grand. That's $750,000. You can make that in an hour. So when I tell you this is real, this is real. It's just that you have to have people with the same mindset. So I only surround myself with people with that mindset. So right now, today, when I started this was, in fact, let me show you guys the documentation. You'll see my videos of this, by the way, anyway. So let me look at my transaction history. Let me go to the last page so everybody understands. I started this is exactly the day I told you that I called my friend and said, what are you doing? And I joined on 12/30/2020. We're coming up to 3 months. And I invested $100. And I started my deal with a $100 investment. Now, I have a system in place that I will show you guys later on if you want to do that, that does all the work for me. Because if it resembles work, I don't do it. I'm not into work. I'm into systems. My favorite person in mentorship that I've never met is Ray Kroc. He stole McDonald's from McDonald Brothers, but the McDonald's hamburger tastes the same in New York as it does in Texas, as it does in California because of the system. I'm into systems. So I have 1.890 Bitcoin, and that 1.890 Bitcoin right now is worth, which I'll never sell, is worth about 100 grand. So I went from $100 to 100 grand in 3 months. That's reality. And that's just one of the 10 things I do. The rest of them, Mike will show you in the program. And this is pretty much what you guys are doing, but I'm doing it with a system. And that's why it's multiplying like that. Okay, so that's just all I want to show, Mike. I'll give you back on control.
So yeah, so that is one of the things, and I just got into that about what, a week ago, I think. I'm trying
Your
to show.
screen, if you want to show your screen.
Yeah. So but we haven't released it to anybody, but just because we want to be transparent over here as well. Like, so this is our matrix. So you see me, Asia, Derek, Renee, and Ginger.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll cycle through once we release this, and if people start flopping in. And one thing, I want to say about this is, like, because I'm not a big fan of binary. And I know, Clay, you're not either.
Mhm.
But the one thing about this system is what I like, it's a force matrix. So if you look over here to the right on my feeder level that I got in, I don't know who Jason is. I don't know who Tyrone is. But instead of needing 6 people to cycle through, I only need 3 people to cycle through because Derek got in. Now, Derek, and this is what happens when people wait, and I'm putting Derek on the spot because Derek waited a week and a half. If he would have got in when I told him to, Derek would have been over here with Jason, and Jason would have been under him. But this is a force matrix. So at any point, since Clayton's my direct, at any point, his people can just fall into my matrix because it's a force matrix. So the computer system, we don't control none of this.
Nope.
The computer is just placing people. We have so the computer put Jason there and Tyrone there. I don't even know who those people are. Those are Clayton's peoples.
Yep. And for anybody that understands what crabs in a barrel is, this is the opposite from crabs in a barrel. This is all of us working together because I don't control who he gets. My system just brings people in and they fall where they fall and we all win. That's the best part of it. We're all getting 300% in our money. And if we cycle fast, every hour they'll pay us 300% of our money. So it all depends on how fast we cycle. We just got to get people to understand this is real. This is no garbage. I've shown all my withdrawals. I can show you my wallet with all the funds in it. There's several hundred thousands of dollars in there. And that's how it works. It's not rocket science. Nobody's holding my money. Nobody's playing with my money. I don't have to call anybody. It's all electronic. It's on the blockchain. And you can't hide on the blockchain. Everything's on the blockchain. Okay.
So our system, and Clayton has the same thing on his promo page. Rabu has the same thing on his promo page. There's no selling. There's no recruiting, no referring necessary. There's no registration, monthly or annual fees. Not required to provide any sensitive personal information. Is low risk, high rewards. Earn returns of anywhere from 200% to 1,500%. Earn on compounding daily profits and ability to withdraw earnings daily. And so Auto BTC is what Clayton just showed you. That's like my favorite, but my other favorite is Tron.
You want to give me a screen one more time? I'll just show them my Tron account documentation.
I was gonna show mine, but I mean yours is bigger than mine, but
yeah, but I want to show them mine, then you show them yours so they can see the difference.
Okay, yeah. And I definitely will. And you know what? And I'm actually glad Clayton is actually doing this because I think a lot of people people be like, well, Clay, I don't have like what you have. I can't do what you have. But here's the difference. No one's saying, like, I'm following Clay, but my reach isn't as big as Clay. Like Clay can drop 5,000, 10,000 on whatever. My reach ain't that big, so I'm taking smaller steps. We have the same goal. We're going through the same path, but my steps are just smaller. He
and
might big, I might
yours will get bigger, and you'll get bigger. So right now, I started this on February 25th, and I'll tell everyone what I did. I put in 1,000 Tron on February 25th. And I just wanted to see it work first because I'm one of those. You got to show me. I don't believe nothing. I want to see it with my own 2 eyes. Okay. So once I saw it, I put in 1,000 Tron and I went, okay, let me see if it works. Let's see if they pay me. And then let me withdraw. And as soon as it withdrew and went in my bank account, I went, okay, I'll put in 100,000. So I dropped in 100,000. So I'm now in 101,000. I've been in since February 25th and I've earned 73,000 back already. I'm already at 73% of my return, and it's been a month, actually a month today. Today is 25th. So in a month, I got 73% of my money back already. And this is going to go until it hits 300%. And as you can see, it changes every 4 seconds. Look at that number. You'll just watch it. 8877. 9229. Now it's going to change again. Every 4 seconds we get paid. And this just keeps counting and counting. And you can start this with $10. Now I started with $6,000, but like Mike said, you can start with $10 and let your $10 grow. You get 1.5% every single day. That's what you're getting, no matter what. And my rules are simple. You pull a third of the, Mike, you want me to go over the rules or?
No, please do, yeah.
So here are the 4 rules that I have, and these are non-negotiable if you want to. I mean, look, I'm not your daddy, so I don't tell you what to do. This is what I do. These are my personal rules. Number 1, I don't invest what I can't afford to lose. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, when I make $1 or any money that I make, 1/3 of it comes out for taxes and fun, mainly fun. Wink, wink. Third rule is 1/3 of it comes out to reinvest into the platform, and 1/3 of it goes to pay debt. When you become debt free, then you take that last third and put it back into the investment. Because the whole point of this is you guys should all be debt free by the end of this year. If you do this right, you should have 0 debt at the end of the year. Maybe you'll still have your mortgage, but I got a program to show you how to pay off your mortgage on 70 cents, 30 cents on the dollar. We'll talk about that later. And I'll show you how to pay off your car on 60 cents on the dollar. Well, actually 40 cents on the dollar because they paid 60%. So all that stuff is coming later on. I'll show you how to do that, but let's creep before we can walk, and then before we run, and then before we hit that major deal. But as you can see, this thing is growing as it continues grows. And this is just the second one. I have 8 more to show you. So Mike's going to show you all this stuff. This is all live. I have this all on my Facebook page, all in the group. I show it as it runs. There's nothing to hide from anyone. And there it is. So,
And so Clay, so with your rules, because this Tron is the only one we're breaking the rule, correct?
well, I'm breaking the rule because I have other opportunities that I'm making the third on. So the reason why I'm keeping this, because I don't want to give up this 0.5%. Because if I withdrew right now, this will drop down to 1%. And then tomorrow go to 1.1, the next go 1.2, next day will go to 1.3. So I'll lose 5 days. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but I have a plethora of investments. So I'm not worried about no $5 grand or $6 grand or $7 grand or 10 grand. I'm even worried about 50 grand. So I'm just letting this one run because I have so many other things happening that my third rule all combines together. So then you got to make your own little decision on if you, because I don't want to give up the 0.5. I mean, I don't want to give it up because if I do,
you also get to your initial investment faster.
Yeah, I'm getting my initial investment back faster. Now, what's going to happen is when I do this, probably in about another week to 10 days, I'll probably break even. And then honestly, I'm probably going to drop $100,000 into this account because at 100 grand, I can make 1,000 a day, 1,000, let's see, 1,000, 1,500 a day. So 1,500 a day, I'm going to make 45 grand a month. I put in 1,000 in 3 months. I got my money. I mean, that's going to be a no-brainer. But that 100 grand is going to come from the other investments that I have because I'm just feeding. I don't use my money anymore. I don't know if you want me to talk about the parents and the kids and the babies. You want me to explain that?
It's a pretty fun.
Hey, Clay.
Yeah.
Real quick. This is Aisha. I just want to address something in the chat because one of the members asked, what is the criteria for becoming a member? And I just want to reiterate that there is no criteria. As long as you, as Mike and Clay have communicated about the mindset, as long as you have the mindset and you're ready to start, that's it. That's all it takes.
This is like a book club. We don't talk to anything.
Right.
Let's lock arms and go win together. That's the criteria.
And the reason why we have so much, like Clay said, he has like 10 to 15 things he's doing, right? We're only releasing 4. Like if you look on our screen, we're only releasing like 4 or 5 things, but that's because we didn't want to overwhelm you guys because getting into this whole crypto world is a little confusing right now. But we're going to eventually release everything that he does have. But we just didn't want to overwhelm you guys with a bunch of stuff. But all these systems are really made to, like Clay said earlier, get in where you fit in. Like you can do one of them. You can, like this Tron thing is the easiest. Trust me, I'll tell you, it's the easiest to do. And all you doing is just putting in $10 and then you just sit back and every 4 seconds watch it work for you. Or you can get into Cuban Life, or you can get into the auto beat. You can get into all of them if you want. It's get in where you fit in, whatever your financial situation.
Look.
Yep. This makes life pretty simple, you guys, because a lot of it is passive. A lot of people don't want to recruit anybody anymore. First of all, we're not recruiting anybody because we have nothing to sell. We don't have a product. There's no product. This is just your friends and family getting involved and changing your life if they choose. But if you don't want to, you don't. In fact, let me full transparency. This is what I've made, 73,000, but I've made 28,000 in referral rewards. My personal is more than my referral. And I don't really talk to anybody about this. They just hit my promo page and they do whatever they want, because on my promo page, which Mike has done a brilliant job doing you guys' promo page, and I just stole my promo page from my mentor, and that's all we do. We just all help each other. So here's my promo page. So you'll see Mike talking. People hit my promo page and they'll hit your promo page, and all they'll do is they'll decide which one they want to do and they'll sign up. I have people signing up with me every day, 5, 6, 7 people, and I have no clue who they are. No idea who they are, don't know them. They think they know me because they see all my videos. I don't know who they are. And they just sign up, and then I send them information, because I have an automated system that once you guys get to that level, you will be using it too if you choose to. So what I've done is I've said that you see all these people that saying the word win, by them typing the word win, that means they're getting all my information. The ones that say stop, they're not interested, because right now I'm fishing. So I'm fishing to see who I'm going to get in new. I'm not doing this. There's no personality involved. I just hit a button and the system texts out people and have full conversations with them when I'm doing nothing at all. Because if it resembles work, I'm out. I've worked way too long in my life. I'm not working anymore. I'm done. I'm retired. So I'm gonna let the system do all the texting. And if they want to hit stop, they hit stop. Then it stops. If they want to hit win, then they're gonna get involved in the system's gonna text them everything they need to know, and they're gonna sign up and join. And that's it. This person is asking, how do I know you? So one of my assistants is probably gonna respond to that. I'm not gonna respond to it because I got a system. And the system does everything. It does everything. So as you guys grow now, are you gonna be at the level I am right now? No, but you'll get there if I've only been doing this for a couple months, and I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars doing it. The same thing will happen to you also. It's not that difficult. Just follow, you'll be fine. Okay, Mike, let me make you the presenter again. Okay, you're the host again.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, sir. So yeah, so like I said, you know, I'm gonna share my screen again so you guys can see. So once I release this site tonight, you guys can go on here and click on these opportunities and watch the videos. You can scroll down here to the private Facebook and request to join. That's his Facebook page. The code, I believe you have to have a code, Clay, is Rich.
You can type the word Rich.
Type the word Rich and he'll let you in. Like I said, we're all a family here. The one important thing that you guys definitely have to have is a crypto wallet to get started with all this stuff. And typically, if you don't have a crypto wallet, like crypto.com and Coinbase typically takes about four days for them to approve your account, to link your account to your banking account for you guys to get started. If you're in Texas and New York, Auto BTC offers a visa where you can get started right away. But if you're in Texas and New York, they don't allow the visa for whatever reason because of their laws. And I've heard, and I believe Kendra told me this earlier, you can use your Cash App is much quicker. And I actually tested it out earlier today, and I was able to buy Bitcoin on Cash App, transfer it over to my Coinbase, and purchase whatever I wanted. And it worked. I was in like within 20 minutes. So that's just an easier way. But I want to show you guys my Tron just for full transparency, because I got in about maybe a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now, and I'm at 1.5%, as you can see on my screen. I deposited 4,500. I've earned 741, and I haven't referred anybody yet because I'm just talking to you guys tonight. But that's just me testing the system out, and once I get my full investment back, then I'm gonna probably, well, not probably, I am. I'm gonna throw a ton of money at this. I just want to withdraw once I get to my 4,500. But as you can see, every 4 seconds, my account is growing. Like you can withdraw your profits every single day. Like Clay said, every single day you can withdraw your profits, so you're not losing money. And this is one thing, you know, I was saying earlier with our group, like Renee said, we have to, do better as a community. And I know a lot of people, you guys been rocking with us from day one. And the one thing that we really are trying to do is change people's mindsets and change people's lives. And the only way I see our group surviving is doing what Renee said yesterday in our post. Like, we got to come together as a community, just like how, in every state they have, the little Armenian cities, the little Asian city like Chinatown, all that. They all win because they all support each other. And we kind of got to do the same thing. And if we take it up a notch and come together as a community, and we're winning with Auto BTC, or we winning with just something as simple as Tron, and we all eating every day, because our motto is everybody eats at our table. And so you can't tell me you don't have $10 to put in the Tron and you're going to watch it grow every 4 seconds. Now everybody's eating every day. That's going to help our community. That's going to help grow our community. And to me, it's just going to be a beautiful thing. What else? So yeah, I think I think we're going on a little over an hour, so I don't want to hold up you guys too much, but now I want to open it up if anybody has any questions or anything. I'm willing to answer any questions that you can throw at me right now.
Hey, Mike.
Yep.
Before you do that,
No?
I didn't want to share my screen because my computer is lagging, but check your email. I just sent you 2 images. Before you start taking questions, I want you to share the screen of those 2 images I showed that I just sent to you, and I'm just going to talk over it just for a quick second.
Okay. Hold on.
So, Mike, you should be seeing image 6 and image 8. Wait, hold on. Let me see if that's correct.
Or 9 and 8?
Yeah, 9 and 8.
Okay.
And show the one, the date from 2000 something. It ain't 2021. It's only 2 images. Just pull it up. It don't matter.
Okay. All right.
And you might need to blow it up so everybody can see it.
All right. Everybody see that?
Okay, so does it get any bigger, Mike, or can everyone see it?
So you want to show the 8 first?
I want to show the 2014 date.
Yep.
Okay, so you see that. Now scroll over to the right where it says price per coin. So this is Bitcoin. Like years ago, back in 2014, I was using something for my business, and I used to pay them on a debit card. And then all of a sudden, I got this email saying, we're no longer taking credit cards or debit cards anymore. You have to pay us with Bitcoin. And I was like, what the hell is a Bitcoin? So long story short, I had to jump through all these hoops. Back then, you had to go to a CVS market and do something with Western Union to send them Bitcoin. But at that time, Bitcoin was $380.86 for a Bitcoin, I guess. Now go to the other image, Mike. Well, first of all, look at the bottom date. That's April 10th, 2014. Now go to the other image.
Mm-hmm.
Blow it up. Bitcoin now, this was as of March, I don't know what the date is. I think it was March 21st.
13.
Bitcoin is 61,000. Now, I say all this to say, had I known, I was using this just to pay for someone's service. And why it is so important to be in circles with people who are talking about wealth generation, because this company who I was sending the money to was a small company by a couple guys that was running it. Had I been in their circle, they would have said, hey, you need to get some Bitcoin. So now some 7 years later, we went from a few $100 to now $61,000. So Some of you guys are going to say, oh, I heard about Bitcoin. I'm going to think about it later. What's going to happen is 1 month, 1 year, 2 years, whatever, it's going to go from now. And now the 61,000 is probably going to be 151,000. So had I known then, like what I was struggling with trying to send them to pay for this service, I would have bought some Bitcoin for myself. So this is just, and I didn't look this up until a friend of mine asked me about Bitcoin. I said, you know what? I bought some Bitcoin a few years ago, and I think I put like $50 into it. And a year and a half, 2 years later, it was $600. But this 61,000 compared to 7 years ago, where it was a few $100, it just makes you want to, you know, you just kind of cringe. But I didn't have access to people who was doing this. This is your access to people that's doing it. So, you know, some people are going to pass, some people are going to see the light, and some people won't. But I thought this was a perfect example just to show people, look, this thing is going to keep going up. For something to go from a few $100 to over $60,000, and this was on March 21st. I don't know what it is now, but I know it's still up there. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys, just to give you that 30,000 foot view of Bitcoin.
What a great analogy. Hey, Mike, I'm glad you're recording this, because here we are on March 25th, 2021.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be through for many, many years. And let me let you guys know this right now. There's a day that Bitcoin will be $500,000. I'm just telling you that right now. So I'm just telling you right now, it's going to be $500,000.
So
that's the day we're all going to walk away.
So, you know, Clay, I know you gave your goal of, you know, you want to get to $317 million a day. And, you know, over the last week or so, you know, I kind of made my goal. So I've had a 6-figure payday before. I've made 7 figures over a period of time. I've never had a 7-figure payday. I'm going to get that.
Good.
Like, and that's why I kept telling you guys those stories early on. Like when I put my mind to something, like I said earlier, I don't brag about a lot of stuff. I'm on my second house, you know. I don't brag about a lot of stuff. But when I tell you guys, when I put my mind to something, oh, I'm going to get it. And like Clay's thing is he wants 100 Bitcoins and he's at almost 2 now. I'm gonna get to 10 before he gets to 10.
I love it. I hope you do.
Oh, I know you do. But you're the reason why I'm doing it. Because I love being around people that motivates me, that inspires me, that pushes me. Like I love it because it makes me want it even more. And to hear him talk on a regular basis, like me and Clay have conversations all the time. It's like, man, I got to do it. And when, like I told you guys, when I showed you that image, he texted me and he said he made 72 grand and I could have been in right with him. And mind you, when he called me that day and he said, he showed you his screen, he put in $100. I actually went to Coinbase and put in $500 and I didn't do nothing with it. So that showed you, just like how Derek just showed you. If I would have did what he did back in January when he first called me, but again, like I said, that's my last, dang, I wish I would have conversation. That's it. That's it.
And Mike, just and for what Derek said, just so everybody's aware, you may be a little bit scared of Bitcoin right now. You don't really understand what it is. Don't be scared, you guys. If you're uncomfortable about something, that's a beautiful thing. I love for you to be uncomfortable. You need to be uncomfortable. I want you to be uncomfortable because being uncomfortable makes you grow. Right now, you got Tesla. You can buy a Bitcoin with Tesla. You can buy buy Tesla with Bitcoin. You can go to Lamborghini of Newport Beach and buy a brand new Lambo with Bitcoin. You can use Bitcoin and PayPal. You can use Bitcoin. Apple Pay takes Bitcoin. Cash App takes Bitcoin. It's just the future. And we're going to get on it before it becomes mainstream, which is going to make us stupid wealthy. That's all. There's nothing to this. It's simple.
Clay, before I close this out, because while I got you on the phone, and I know you said, because we're part of the whole team now, that you will always come on and speak whenever we need you to. But can you just touch on Daisy just a little bit? Because Daisy is a huge thing, and even I'm still confused about. I'm loving it, but I'm still confused about it.
Okay, well, no one can join Daisy yet because it should be tomorrow, fingers crossed. I'll give you guys I have a meeting to run to in 5 minutes. I'll give you a 30,000 foot level. There's a young lady, her name is Anna. She started an investment group in Israel. In order for you to play, you have to have $1 million liquid. It costs you $125 to join, $125,000 to join. You put in your million. She takes 20% off the top. A gentleman here in Southern California and a couple other friends approached her and says, look, we have people we can bring in, but we don't want them to bring in $1 million. Can we do crowdfunding? She's like, okay, let's do crowdfunding. So it took them about 6 months to build a system for the smart contracts to work. They got it all set up. On January 10th, we launched. We thought a couple thousand people will come in and we'll bring in a couple $1 million and then she'll be happy. Well, in 3 days, we brought in 55,000 people and $45 million. So we broke the system. System shut down. I put in 25 grand day one. I made $37,000 in the first day and a half. 37 grand. And the money's been sitting, growing ever since. We're relaunching it with new software because we need to have 1 million to 2 million people in. You can start in as low as $100 and you can go in as high as 125,000. Daisy will probably be our biggest platform. Besides that, because you don't have to do any active, it's all passive. It's passive and active. So fingers crossed tomorrow at noon, it's supposed to relaunch. I hope it does because my mentor, I made 37,000 in a day and a half and I started 9 days before they joined. He was setting himself up 9 months before they joined. And this is not an exaggeration. He made $1.1 million in a day. Not exaggerating. In a day. So when we relaunch tomorrow, if tomorrow's the day that we get it working, the way he has it set up, he'll probably make $3 million tomorrow. I'll probably make about $1.75. I'm hoping. We'll see. And you guys will be part of that also. That's part of the deal. And we'll teach you. And I have all the videos on this stuff. You guys don't get nervous. Don't be worried about it. You could be a little anxious. I get it. But just remember, one of my wisdom walks I talked about, when you were a baby, you saw that shiny little object, and that's what made you want to move because you didn't understand. And you moved to that shiny little object, and then you start walking, then you fell and you bumped your knee and you scratched and you fell and you cried and it was tough. Today, you don't run around falling and it doesn't happen anymore. So you're going to fall, you're going to stumble, you can get a little bit upset about, oh man, I put this money in this wallet, my bank turned it down, I got to call my bank. You can go through all that. That's fine. That's just semantics. That's just stuff. But you're going to get the big picture. You have an awesome leader with this team that you guys have with the fam. They'll help you. I'll pop on these calls anytime you guys want to do it. You guys can reach out to me at any time you want to. I mean, Mike will give out my phone number. I'll answer any questions because this is what I love doing. The only rule the next rule I have with it, everybody has to stay in line though. There's no skipping of groups. No, I don't like this person, so I want to go into this person. We don't play that. It is all, everybody has to have integrity. My group is all about integrity. If you don't have integrity, you're out. It has to be about integrity because we don't play. So as long as you guys do that, we're good. I'm always available for you guys because I don't have a job. I don't work. I mean, I just love doing this. I can talk to you guys for 10 hours because this is my passion. I want to see you win. And if you win, I'm ecstatic. Okay. And that's all I got.
Hey, Clay.
Yes.
So it looks like we have a couple people who in the chat who are actually familiar and on the Daisy platform already. So I saw a few comments in there saying that they're in Daisy, and then someone asked if they can ask a quick question. Someone wants to know if they can get in before the launch.
No, you can't get in before the launch. One of the things that we're going to do is we're giving all the people that were shut down 2.5 months ago, we're giving them 6 hours to jockey themselves because we switched from Tron, from TRX coin to USDT. We're giving them 6 hours to jockey, and then we're going to launch, and then everybody will be on. We're hoping it's tomorrow. I don't know. They've delayed and delayed and delayed. So don't count me on tomorrow, but that's what they're saying. We'll see what happens. I think it'll be next week, but we'll be able to get you guys going, and Mike will get you guys updated on it. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry I have to run. I'm about 30 seconds away from my meeting starting at 6 o'clock, and I'm never late for a meeting. So I got to run.
Thank you, Clay. Thank you for your time.
I love you guys all.
Thank you, Clay. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you guys. Take care, everybody.
Talk to you soon, Clay.
Okay, bye-bye.
So, Aisha, did you have anything you want to add, or Derek?
I just wanted to add, and I wanted to make sure we clarify with the pie that's on there, because as we said, we want to introduce something for everybody. And I know that, and I love seeing everybody in the chat enthusiastic about all this. We're very excited about it. We're so happy you all are excited, and hopefully we can get some new members in as well to be excited about it. We can continue having these Zoom calls and explaining it to them once you all are in. But I did want to communicate about Pi because Pi is completely free. So for those of you who may not be able to get into anything at all, and you're like, I just don't have the, the money to invest, or it's not my time or whatever, Pi is really very simple and easy. And I just want to explain, it is a cryptocurrency. It was a cryptocurrency that's developed by some Stanford PhDs, and it's not currently trading on the blockchain. So what that means is that there is no value to it right now. However, the beauty of Pi, they have over, I want to say, I can't remember the exact amount, it's millions of users mining Pi from their phone. So if you don't understand cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency is mined usually using these computers, a lot of energy. It takes a lot of work to mine. And it's just basically mathematical computations, right? Well, instead of having to buy these expensive computers and being able to mine or earn cryptocurrency from from those computers, these Stanford PhDs developed Pi, which can be mined through your phone. It literally takes, and Mike is on there, I'm on there. It literally takes 5 seconds. It's a click. Once you download the app, you add your information. You have to be invited to get on. That's the thing. It's very exclusive. So you have to be invited. Right now, they're in a phase 2 stage, which means that they're actually going to be on March 31st. They're actually going to be launching a test wallet, but there's no value to this coin. I have over 200. I've been mining, I think, for the last 2 months or 3 months. I have over 200 Pi. The beauty of it is, there's nothing to lose. It doesn't cost you anything, other than 5 seconds of your time. And if in fact they go to the next stage, which is stage 3, which it looks like that, it's all looking positive. Whenever Pi does, get on the blockchain and there is a value added to it, you'll just have that amount of Pi. So there's nothing to lose. It's for the person that can't, do anything, or just anybody. Even if you can do something, get on Pi just to mine it, and just have it just in case. Like it goes back to the what if story. I did not want to be on the what if. Okay. Even if it's, I knew it was something new. I knew it was something launching, but the fact that you could mine from your phone was very interesting to me. And I was like, I have nothing to lose. I actually found it on TikTok, and, from a guy on TikTok, I invited Mike, I invited Renee and Ginger and everybody, and I just mined from my phone. That's simple. So I just wanted to put that out there, just so that you guys don't think that it has a value right now. It doesn't, but eventually, it's not a fast money thing. Eventually, hopefully in another year or so, it will, and we'll have made some money by doing virtually nothing. And that was it.
So yeah, so like I said, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5 things that we're offering right now. So I'm gonna release this website once we get off this call, and you guys can go on there, start watching the videos. And we're also gonna have another room for this. It's gonna be called the Fam Mindset Room for everybody that's wants to be a part of this section of it, because we're gonna keep it separate from the Susu, because we're gonna be dropping certain tutorials, because it is a lot to learn, like this crypto world. I'm still learning it. I'm watching videos every night, because it's all dealing with smart contracts. And but it's a pretty amazing thing, and it is the future. Like Clay was saying earlier, everybody, Bitcoin will get over 100,000. That's for a fact. Any analyst, any investor will tell you that. It's going to go over 100,000. And right now it's at 52,000. So don't let that Bitcoin wave pass you. And then 30 days from now or 60 days from now, we're back on this Zoom and we're having those, dang, I wish I would have conversations. Like, it don't take much to get involved. Once you get involved with Bitcoin, I mean, it's going to go up. And everybody at some point in your life, you're going to buy Bitcoin. Because if you think about how the world works, before currency, they was trading animals and sheeps and all that stuff. This is the new thing. At some point, they're really talking about getting rid of currency and making, the whole crypto world the new currency. And I truly believe that's going to happen. So like I said, we're gonna release this website right after the call. And I'm gonna do some trainings too, because I know I'm gonna have to do more Zoom calls and trainings for everybody. I haven't picked the days yet, but I should know tomorrow more on the days on how everybody can get signed up. But for now, I know a lot of people in the chat, I saw a lot of people that said they had Coinbase and, you know, a lot of wallets. If you don't have one, get it now, because like I said earlier, it takes about 4 or 5 days for your account to be approved. We have all the links on the website for you to get a crypto. And the one thing about Coinbase and all these wallets, we have links for them because they all have referral links. So especially like Coinbase, the one thing I love about Coinbase is if you sign up under my link or Asia link or whoever's link, they give you $10 worth of free Bitcoin. Like who doesn't want $10 worth of free Bitcoin? Because that $10 of free Bitcoin next month is going to be worth $500 or something, like whatever the market is. And they also give us $10 worth of Bitcoin. So it kind of is a win-win for everybody. So click on those links, get your wallets, and let us know if you want to get pushed over to the other room. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, you all raise your hand if you have a question.
About any of this?
There's been a couple, there's been people commenting, but I don't know if there's any questions yet. Oh, Sean. Yes, Sean.
Okay, Sean.
I just wanted to say, push me into the push me into the other room with the quickness.
With the quickness. All right.
That's all. I'm enjoying this. I am thoroughly enjoying this conversation. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Sean.
You're welcome.
Stephanie, you have a question? Go ahead.
Okay, hey guys, how are you? This is exciting. How do we participate? Like I already have Bitcoin through Coinbase from something else.
Uh-huh.
How do we join your group to be a part of that?
So once I release the website after this call, you just go onto the website, thefanmindset.com, and just click on whatever program you want to be involved in, and all the instructions and videos are right there.
Okay.
And I do highly recommend everybody joins Clay's group Facebook, because on his Facebook page, there is a ton of information and videos, instructions on how to do everything. So if you can't find it on our page, it's definitely over there. But if you can't find something, just DM me and I can point you in the right direction.
Okay, because also I'd like to find out about, he was saying you need to read those, I guess, I don't know, those 15 5-minute things every day. Would that be on his Facebook page as well?
Yeah, good. Yeah. So once you get on his Facebook page, in the announcement section, it has a section with all the platforms. So it has the Good Life, the Wisdom Walks, and all that, and you just start clicking on them.
Okay, somebody just said they found his page and it's private. So
Yeah.
I guess whatever
Yes,
question
yes.
we have, we'll hit you guys up and you could put us in the right direction.
So
No, it's private. You have to request to get on there. So you just put in a request to get on, and remember the code is rich. It's going to ask you for a code to join, and it's rich.
Okay. All right, that answers my question. I'm sure I'll be in you guys' DM tomorrow, but that'll suffice for tonight. I'm excited. Let's get this money.
Yeah.
yeah, DM me anytime, with any questions, and I got you guys. Marjorie had a question. I think it was Marjorie.
Yes. Hey, guys. Oh, my God. This is like so exciting. It's like I've been introduced to all these platforms, but never knew what to do with it. Now, with tonight's information, I'm like so ready to do this. But a few of my questions were already answered as far as where to get a lot of info from Clay's, is it his Facebook page, you said?
Yes.
And the word rich, is that where he goes to on his Facebook page?
No, that's the code. Once you request to join, because it's a private group, they're going to ask you for a code, and the code is going to be rich.
Oh, okay, beautiful. I'm looking forward to it, guys.
All right.
Great meeting.
And so I want, and Cedric, give me a second, Cedric. I want to say this real quick because I do want to put this disclaimer out there. There is a ton of groups out there, a lot of people doing a lot of this crypto stuff. And the only reason why, like earlier, I told the story and showed the documents, like I've known Clay for a while, is because Clay and Rabu, they actually test everything before they introduce it to anybody. Because they're not going to release anything to their group if it's a scam. And there are like Forex things out there that scams, but there are some Forex things out there that's legit. Like he has one on his platform. And I would never put anything in our group that I haven't joined. So all 4 or 5 of these platform things I've tested and I'm a part of. So I would never ask you guys to do anything that I'm not doing. And I know that goes the same for the other community leaders. So we've tested these things and we're all a part of it. So even though, like I said, he has 10 things, I haven't tested all 10 things. I trust him, but I personally haven't tested it yet. And since I'm responsible for you guys, I'm not going to put it on this platform until I join and I test it for at least a week first. And then I will put it and give it to you guys. Because just as much as he's about integrity and Rabu group is about integrity, you guys know we are too. And I just like to cover my bases because we're the fam. Even though we are one big family, but we're still the fam. And I'm never going to introduce something unless I'm a part of it, on it, and tested it first. So,
Sounds good.
Cedric, you have a question?
Cedric, you need to unmute.
Okay, here we go. Yes, first I want to thank y'all for the information. That's the first thing I want to do. Thank you very much for the information and for sharing your to pass it on the wealth. Okay, now as far as Clay's Facebook page, could you give me the exact name that I would that I could try to go and join?
So Mike, isn't that linked on our website?
Yeah, it's on our website. So as soon as I release the website, like right after this call, you could just click on the link.
Okay, it sounds good. It sounds good.
I don't have his exact title of it in front of me.
Okay. All right. Thanks again.
Okay.
All right.
Who's next? Messenger? Did I say
Missy.
Messenger. Sorry about that. I butcher people.
It's okay. I too want to say I'm so excited about this. Thank y'all so much for thinking of the fam and actually thinking out things for us thoroughly before you present it to us. I think they already answered my question. I was just going to ask about the website and where to get the information, like the specific name on Facebook. But the other thing is I've already been in Asia's DM.
Okay.
Because I've already downloaded the Pi app. So I just need my
okay.
ma'am. Please. Thank you. Thank y'all so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Anybody else with a question? And I really am going, it's only going to take me like 2 minutes to release this website. I just got to push a button, but I can't do it until I'm off yet.
Mike, it's going to take more than 2 minutes because I need to update some links before you do it.
Okay, no problem.
So you guys give us about at least an hour. And it may be less than that, but I just need to go through it. We all do. So, but it'll be up tonight, definitely.
And you guys, I just want to touch on it again. We really care about this community. And before we release this whole mindset thing, we've had numerous long Zoom conversations about it. Because again, and I keep going back to Renee's post, because her post yesterday really hit home, especially with me. Like, we really do have to do better as a community, because this pandemic showed us that corporate world ain't going to help us. The government ain't going to really help us. I mean, I don't like politics, but the one I will say this about the politicians, like all these years, we've always had homeless. We've always had, these programs dealing with kids and foster kids and all this stuff. And government always said they ain't got money. Ain't money for nothing, none of this stuff, right? Because it never made them money by giving out money to help them. And I get it, it's a business. But as soon as the pandemic hit, all of a sudden, in less than 30 seconds, they came up with $2 trillion. Like, I found that hilarious. Like, you couldn't help the homeless. You can't help feed these kids that's in these foster places. You can't help the disabled kids. You know, I got a disabled son. So that's really, that really hits home for me, that he's in a lot of programs and they make it so hard on parents that had disability kids. Like, they make it so hard talking about they ain't got money for this. But all of a sudden pandemic hit and you got $2 trillion. Like, really? Like, think about that. 2 trillion, not billion, not million, 2 trillion. They just came up with it out the blue. But that's because they know if they put that money in, and again, I get it, it's business. Like, they're gonna get it back. So, but instead of whole politics of it. But anyways, I don't like politics anyway. So, like I said, you know, we really care about this community. We really want to help this community. I know a lot of us lost in a lot of groups, and that's what I'm really trying to stop. Like, I saw somebody else the other day trying to open up another group, but I'm telling you guys, you saw my video today, they keep doing the same thing. Like, honestly, look at these groups. They keep changing the name of the group. They keep decreasing fires. They call it 2.0, level up. They keep changing the gift in, gift out. None of that stuff works, you guys. Seriously, none of it works. You need commitment, period. You need a community that's going to be committed. And that's what we're here. And that's what we're trying to give you guys, like the commitment part of it, because that's what's going to help. All that level up stuff, changing the ins and outs, you know, reducing the fires, none of that works. We've seen that. We've seen 100 groups do that and they still stall. So yeah, like someone just, that's why I be posting those Kobe videos. Like, it's a mindset, you guys. I'm all about mindset. Like, we're going to do it. I love this community. All those community leaders, love this community, and we're gonna help you guys. Like, and it's up to you guys too. I mean, we can only do so much. I think we say that all the time. You know, it's us as individuals that have to change our own mindsets. So my job from this point forward is to give you the information and proof that it works. It's really going to be up to you guys if you guys want to do it or not. If you guys, I hear everybody always talking about they want generational wealth, they want this extra income. Okay, well, I'm gonna give you the information. I'm gonna give you proof that it works. Now it's gonna be up to you to change your mindset. And you know, like Eric Thomas video says, you got to give up something. It's sacrifice. In the beginning, it's always sacrifice. You got to give up sleep. You got to give up hanging out with your family for a little bit. But at the end, the reward is gonna be incredible. So,
Mike, hi, this is Tara. I have a question. Do you have to have the crypto wallet to join the Tron as well?
yes. Yes, you do. Tron actually is a little tricky to set up because you actually need the Tron wallet and the Clever wallet, and they're owned by the same company. But I have videos, like when you click on the Tron thing, it has the videos up there. But I'm gonna have to do some more tutorials on that too, because you need both wallets. But,
okay.
Once you get it set up, it's easy breezy.
It's the Tron wallet and which other one?
Clever.
Clever, okay.
You're gonna need both of those wallets.
And just to clarify, can we clarify on the Tron? So for the Tron case, right, it's not, you're buying Tron, right? But you're making that 1.5%, right? You're buying it through the wallet, but the Tron case platform is really where you're earning that 1.5% each day, right? It's a daily earn.
So yeah, because yeah, you're actually right. I do want to clarify that because Tron is a coin, but also Tron is a platform. Like, they have their own blockchain. So like the people that's on Daisy, notice that Daisy was on Tron's platform and they're still on Tron platform. However, they're dealing with the USDT coin now. So just like Tron Case, that program is actually called Tron Case. They just happen to be on Tron's platform. So it is a difference. Told you I was confused.
Right, and that's the one that we can start with as little as as $10, right? 10, I'm sorry, little as 10 Tron, right? Is it 10 Tron or $10?
It's 100 Trons that you have to buy, but right now Tron coins are worth around 6 cents. So it's like
Okay.
$6.
Got it. Okay, makes sense. And then the auto BTC so I just want to make sure everybody's clear on what we displayed earlier, what they were displaying. So the first thing that Clay displayed was the auto BTC.
Yes.
That's the one where he said he made I forget how much was it, $72,000 in a day. But yeah, so that's the auto BTC. So that has to do with Bitcoin, and the Tron case has to do with the Tron. So just to give you guys some clarity on those two, the differences between the two.
Yeah.
But like Mike said, it's it's a new, and look, for me too, it was very, even though I consider myself and a pretty tech savvy person, it may take a little bit of while. So I think it's going to be great when Mike does the videos to kind of teach us. But once we get through it, once everybody gets through it, it should be pretty simple. I mean, it's just a matter of getting these wallets. These wallets is just the key, I think, to everything. And making sure you're downloading those wallets and you have that available.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. I think the wallet, is the first step. If you don't have a wallet, get a wallet. Like I would say that would be the first step. I'd rather you get that out the way. You have a question, Sean?
So it looks like, real quick, it looks like somebody in the chat is trying to go through the auto BTC and it's asking for sponsor's name. I don't think we've dropped the links yet for that, right?
And so with everything, you're gonna need like all these programs, you need a sponsor link. So yeah, you can't go to auto BTC right now and just sign up. Like you need a sponsor's link. That's just how the programs work. And that's what Clay was saying. Stay in your group, stay with your sponsors. Like don't go and try to join Rabu's group and then try to get his link. Like it doesn't work that way. They don't play that. They know that you guys came from the fam. They know everybody that comes from Clay's group. Like it really is about integrity. Like they will know. And we see everything. Like we have a back office that we can see where everybody goes.
So yeah, so just wait until I think they were just, wanting to get in. So I mean, if you guys can please give it another hour or so, like Derek said, but by tonight for sure, that we'll drop the link to the website, and that'll have the link to everywhere you need to go, whether it be Tron case or auto BTC or even the Pi or whatever. Just if you can give us that time, that'd be great.
Right. Yeah, definitely appreciate it. And it might take a little less than an hour. We're just being safe because we want to make sure everything's working, all the links are working.
So we'll post it inside the green room and the main stage when the site is live, but it should be very shortly though.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just take.
I was just going to ask.
So are there any other questions before?
Oh
yeah, I was going to ask for the various apps, could you post a picture of what the icon looks like, just so, because some of them, the wording is very similar. I just want to make sure I pick the right app.
So what we'll do, we'll post those inside the green room.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. I can post the apps. Also to make it even easier, like I said, on the website, it's links to the apps where it'll take you straight. Like if you just click on the link, it takes you straight to the app.
So the very first thing we should do tonight, if we want to be in, what should we do?
Get you a wallet, crypto wallet.
The crypto wallet.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Not clever. I mean, it's all the same though, but just what? We pull in, I mean, you have to set this up for dummies.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, we know we do. We know we do.
Yeah.
We've talked about that.
This is totally new.
It's Chinese to a lot of people. Trust me.
Yes.
Me
So I
too.
need
Exactly.
number 1, 2, because just to get in the day to say,
Oh, trust me, we had this conversation today.
Mm.
It's not just you, it's all of us. It's some of us
No, it's
here
me
too.
too. Shoot.
Hey, it's still me. I still call Clay on a daily basis and be like, hey, how I do this? Like, I still do. So
What's the best wallet? What's the best wallet you say we should get?
I'm saying Coinbase only because
All right, let me ask you a question. What wallet do you have?
I have crypto.com. I got Coinbase.
Okay.
I
Got
use,
you.
I use Coinbase the most though.
Crypto.com and
And
Coinbase.
so that's gonna be linked on the website. Like we'll post that in there, like step one, set up your crypto wallet.
Okay,
We'll post that
good.
inside the green room and we'll direct you right to the website.
And again,
Oh.
guys, we're trying to get you guys to actually click on our referral links because it actually gives you free money if you click on a referral link. So, you know what I mean? Like we're trying to give you guys a heads up, like $10 free Bitcoins. Like who wouldn't want that? Like I said earlier, like that $10 of free Bitcoin today, if the market shoots back up to 60,000, then next week that $10 now like $30, $40 that you just got free for clicking on our referral link.
So we'll see your name as a referral.
You'll
And
see.
we just click on that.
You'll see one of the community leaders' names. Yeah, it might not just be mine.
Okay.
Eric's or somebody.
Okay.
And just know when you guys sign up for these wallets too, give your referral link to your families. Like you get another $10 free of Bitcoin. Like that's the game right there. I'm telling you guys, those referral links are worth money, and you all gonna have them. All right, we're going on about 2
Yeah,
hours.
I think we probably need to close soon just to so we can get that ready. Everybody seems excited about about all of this. So we probably need to close soon and then what you think, Mike? I mean, we're going on almost 2 hours now.
Yeah, we're going on 2 hours. So yeah, I just want to close so we got work to do and got to jump on another call. So if you guys have any questions, like try to send a lot of the crypto questions to me because I know the other community leaders are still learning and I don't want to overwhelm them. So if you can just kind of direct those questions to me for now, and we get you guys started. All right.
Thank you so much, guys.
No, thank you guys. We truly
Thank
appreciate
you all.
you guys.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
All right, have a good night.
Have a great night, everybody.
All right, thank you. Good night.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, Sam.
Good night. Hey, you guys, don't forget tomorrow, Friday night, we don't stop one thing, we keeping everything going. So, we're gifting.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're gonna win. We winning.
They're doing it.